Hey guys, I'm back. I promised you 2 reviews today, so here's the second one. And this is really quick. I don't normally want to review a game after I've only played it for a couple hours on one day, but some games you just get that sense that you know what the game's going to give you. And that was the case with Mercenary Kings. Last night I played it for 3 or 4 hours with some friends, and the night just got away from us. And we end up playing some of the same missions over and over again, and I'll explain why. This game is everything you probably think it is, plus way more. It borrows heavily from Metal Slug, and on a smaller level, games like Mega Man, or even Legend of Zelda, because you're finding stuff. Lots of RPG elements in that. You're crafting weapons, so you have to find the supplies during missions to build them when you're off mission. The gameplay itself plays out like a more cautious Metal Slug. Lives are not infinite. They're very finite, and the live pool, the revive pool, is shared among the players. It's up to 4-player co-op, local or online. Any combination thereof, my understanding. Although we're all playing online. You can invite friends, you can go public, you can go private. I don't recommend playing this game by yourself. It is hard. It is really hard. Which is why a lot of people are saying, oh, this game sucks. No, you suck at the game. And that's okay. It's a difficult game. You're not supposed to just be able to, out the gate, just play it. If you're looking for Contra, you're in the wrong place. This is not that game. And it's not Metal Slug. It's close to both in some aspects of it, especially once you start upgrading your weapons. You have to earn that super soldier feel. And I think there's 7 or 8 ranks, and then there's like 12 missions within each rank. We're not even out of the first rank yet, folks, and it's getting more and more fun. The weapon upgrade system is very cool. A lot of folks will liken it to Borderlands in the fact that you can take the receiver of one weapon and swap out the barrel and the stock and everything else and the ammunition. And some cool combinations. There's shotguns there, and then you can make a machine gun or a pistol or a combination thereof, and you can look at the stats a la Blacklight Retribution, very similar to that as well. Right now I've got what amounts to a large caliber assault rifle with acid bullets, which is really cool. And I'm sticking with that. There are male and female characters. Neither one is presented in the most gender-sensitive light. Although the females do get that 80s vibe because their boobs bounce. A lot. Men are portrayed as hunks, women are portrayed as sex objects. But they can shoot. But that doesn't make it any better. So, this is not a culturally sensitive game at all. It's not designed to be. It's there for fun. You know, I am, in my estimation, an inadequate white male. I don't feel comfortable next to big, hunky dudes, and I'm sure the same could be said for female gamer counterparts, like me, that maybe aren't the ideal whatever. If you can get past that and enjoy the gameplay, which I suggest that you do, it's going for a certain vibe as far as the 80s and 90s, and it does capture that, like somewhere with SNK and stuff like that. It is fun. So I wanted to address that, though. The game itself plays quite well. There are bosses. Not every mission has it. You've got gathering supplies missions, which are harder than you would think. You've got rescue this many POWs, which again, you have to find them. It's not linear. It's harder than you'd think. You've got missions where you have to do a combination of those things. You've got rescue, you just got one person you gotta find, and they're in this big, huge map. And there's a time limit and a live limit. So you can run out of your pool of lives or run out of time, and the mission fails. That's it. Now, we're not talking about 5 minutes, like usually like 15, 20 minutes. You've got time. It's like, oh shit, there's nothing. You can be at that for a while. And it's just relentless. You keep wanting to go back. You keep wanting to try it. You've got items you can bring in, like you can bring in adrenaline syringes to revive you, like extra lives, basically. You can use them on yourself or somebody else, which keeps you from using up your lives. You can use rations to keep your health up. Hand grenades, C4. And you have to work together on who's taking what loadout, because you're going to need C4 in some cases, or hand grenades in another, or shock grenades in another one. You all have to communicate on who's taking what, otherwise you might be fucked. You might not be able to get through the stage. True story. They tend to give you, they do tend to give you a lot of the items you need in the level, but it's not, it's never a gimme. You have to go finding it, and so you're better off loading up in advance. The gameplay is a lot of fun. I'm repeating myself at this point, so let me just say that the gameplay is challenging. It is fun. The fucking game is free on PS Plus. It just came out yesterday. Go get it. Fun. I have to address, there are a lot of bugs in it right now, and they're almost all related to the party system, okay? You go to invite only, randoms can still get in, and there's no way to boot them as of now. I haven't checked. They're supposed to be doing a day one patch. They'll fix a lot of this stuff. Hopefully that's the case. Bear in mind, we were supposed to get, there's a different game we're supposed to get, something ponchos, secret ponchos, and they pulled that at the last second, and so more likely this game got pushed in at the last second because we needed to have something for April, and they were not quite finished. So take it with a grain of salt, okay? So the party system, like, you can go to invite only, and random people can still make it in. There's a way to kick them out. There's also the fact that we had on 2 or 3 separate occasions where we'd gone through a mission and somebody didn't make it back. They didn't get any of the progress, and they didn't make it back with us. They had to leave the game, come back, and we had to do the mission again. Sometimes when you're in the hub, some people will be able to see each other and others won't. So it's all the net code. It's kind of screwed up. And again, I'm thinking the patch will fix all this stuff, or most of it. And even though those were frustrating things, we were still at that game for 4 hours playing and having a great time and laughing at each other and having a good time. So when a game has that kind of weird glitchy stuff, like the gameplay itself, there's no glitch. The gameplay itself is fine. It's just those little things. We weren't losing trophies over anything because the trophy list it's for masochists, I swear. It's a difficult trophy list. So don't go in here expecting an easy platinum. It's the antithesis of Infamous Second Son, where there's way too much challenge. There's a lot of really crazy shit in there. But the game is a lot of fun. Strongly advise you play with folks, either locally or online. The local co-op is split screen because they want you to be able to go off in different directions, which can be, for the game itself, it makes way more sense, and it's a good thing to have that. But it can be frustrating because you want to have the full screen, obviously. So, if you've got a bunch of people, it's one of those things that, one thing I'm curious about, and I'm going to have to try this later on today or tomorrow or something, is if I remote play with it, and someone else grabs a controller, is it going to treat it like I'm online, or are they going to split the screen? That's a good question. I really hope that it recognizes its remote play and splits that off. So, that would be cool, if you could do 2 people in the same room that way. I will try that. But, it's free. Go get it. Tons of fun. Mercenary Kings. The amount of replay value on this is staggering. It is free. I'm sure they're going to be giving us DLC to purchase later that has even more classes, more maps, more weapons, and it'll be worth a buy. I mean, this game could go on for a long time if people latch onto it. So latch onto it. Go get it. I'm going to tell you right now, 7 out of 10, only because it shipped with the bugs that it did. If they get those bugs fixed, I'm going to say that it'll be 8 out of 10. The detriments being that it is... basically, it's prohibitively difficult for one person to play by themselves. That's a big problem. But if it were something you could play by yourself, or the difficulty ramped up with how many people you're playing with, that would make it pretty much a perfect all-around game. Because it's very well done. It's a lot of fun. What else do you want out of a game? But I would like to be able to play it by myself and not get as frustrated as I was getting. So that's why it gets the 8 out of 10 rating if they fix all the bugs. So right now, as of this review, 7 out of 10. Go get it! Mercenary Kings. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and as always, keep on grinding. I'm out.